What's up everybody, this is BR, and today I'm going to take a little retrospective of the past year with my channel because, to be totally honest with you, I never expected this channel to get as big as it did this quickly. And so I'd like to take this moment to give a cumulative thank you to everybody who's been supporting this channel just by watching or even subscribing. And I know that I haven't uploaded in a while, that's because, you know, the holidays and also I needed to work a lot more. And instead of just putting a bunch of low quality content, I just decided not to do it and to just wait until the New Year's. Not to mention that there's not really that much going on. I mean, I do have a couple of things in the back burner to talk about, but I'd rather just wait until the New Year's when there's a lot more to talk about. But anyways, let's go on to the video, and in this video we're gonna look back at my video catalogs and look at what I think are the 5 best, 5 worst, and 5 blandest videos that I've made in this year. And I'll be honest, you know, this video really isn't made with the goal to entertain or something. It's more of just something for myself to exercise with the idea of improving my videos, because after all, this channel was more of an experiment with a much different style of video compared to the first 3 videos that I ever released. And seeing as how this type of content actually succeeded, I think that, you know, looking back at it and improving on it is gonna be the best way to go for it. Anyways, this style of video is inspired by Zero Punctuation with his top 5 best, worst, and blandest video game reviews, except that instead of talking about video games, we're talking about my videos. Hopefully you get a kick out of looking back at all these videos that I've made. You know, I'm kind of proud of some of them, kind of disappointed on some of them I don't really care about. Maybe I'll bring up one that you've never seen before and maybe you could check it out. Point is, you know, that's the point of this video, just a retrospective look and to better make content in the future. So right before we, you know, dive into this, let me thank all the Patreon supporters that I've had all this year. They'll be on the screen right here. Thank you so much to Jarrell LeeBrown for ever being my first ever patron. I would have never expected that to ever happen, especially that soon. I am completely grateful for Jarrell LeeBrown for, you know, getting that ball rolling. Thank you so much for the support, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Nin in the Shadows and Japes as well for supporting this channel. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great, wonderful New Year's. And to the rest of yous, also have a wonderful New Year's. Let's dive into it. So my 5th favorite video in this channel for this year has to be Why Are Video Games So Sweaty Nowadays? And this might be surprising because this is the video that launched my channel to the stratosphere, relatively speaking. This is the one that blew up first and the one that, you know, many people, you know, agree with. You know, it's a video topic that many people like clicking on it, but I wasn't really sure what made it so popular. Anyways, to give you a little bit of background on the video, it was just me wanting to put my ideas out there. That was the main inspiration of taking the channel in a different direction, because I always wanted an outlet to do something, and I know that a blog, nobody reads blogs nowadays, but people do watch videos, so I decided to do this whole commentary thing, but take it in a different direction. Instead of talking about like real-time news like I tried to do at some earlier point, I even have a video there that is still from that era, I instead wanted to talk about topics that I thought would be more timeless, that I thought, you know, would have something more analytical, because I like game theory, you know, I like talking about game design. And what better topic than to talk about something that people are really pissed nowadays, which is, you know, and that was video game sweatiness. And I thought that maybe I had a unique perspective that I wanted to share, which is, you know, maybe people have just gotten better over time, and because of that, games are sweaty because people are just naturally better. Video games have been out there, are more accessible, there's a lot more people who are getting good at video games, more kids, you know, training most of their lives to be good at Call of Duty or Apex or Warzone, Fortnite, whatever. And because of how big this video got, it really brought a lot of discussion, and I fucking loved that, dude. I love talking about it, talking about the holes in my theory, talking about other theories, talking about how people felt about my theory, you know, just a lot of discussion. And the fact that this video is almost at 100,000 views, dude, I am just so proud of that. However, there's still, you know, it's keeping it from being my favorite video because honestly, the audio quality was terrible. This was long before I found out how to, you know, properly mix my voice audio, how to properly talk, how to do vocal warm-ups, all that stuff. So if anything, while this might be my most successful video, it might be my most popular, my most viewed, and one that I'm sure defines this channel, I don't think that it's my best because of just how rough it was. And I'm surprised it even got successful in the first place. You know, I'm surprised people could, you know, bear my voice. But anyways, that's my 5th favorite video of this channel of this year. It holds a very special place in my heart of, you know, the one that started it all. And I think my 5th most blandest video of this year has to be the Netflix game streaming one. The one where I talked about, you know, the speculation of Netflix finally going into the video game sphere by creating something similar to Stadia. And the reason why I think it's just so bland is because nobody cares. I mean, the people who watch my channel, they don't care about this stuff. I mean, that's why it got 89 views. It's not like if it was something like out of the rough or anything. But I do remember not having that much fun making this video because I really didn't have much to talk about. I just thought, you know, Netflix game streaming, that sounds interesting. I might as well put it out. It's pretty bland. It's not a terrible video. I do go into a lot of depth talking about like game streaming and stuff. I talk about how Nvidia already has a pretty good solution for game streaming, and I think it is the best implementation of game streaming out there at the moment. But, you know, nobody cares. It only got 89 views, and I don't even think Netflix cares anymore. So one thing I think I need to clear up is what makes the difference between a bland video and a bad video. For me, a bland video is just one that I kind of forgot about, that I don't really hold any special regard to, that is kind of throwawayable. Kind of like, you know, filler in any kind of show. Like, I really wouldn't care if that Netflix video became lost media or something, you know? But what makes a bad video for me, especially to make the worst top 5 videos of my channel, is to be something that I at the very least kind of regret uploading. Now, it doesn't mean that I regret uploading it, you know, in its entirety, but at the very least, maybe if I could take it back and then change a couple things, you know, improve the video a lot more, then I think that's what qualifies it as a bad video. And that's what I think when I look at my Back 4 Blood video, where I talk about what made Back 4 Blood disappointing. And I don't regret making that video or even uploading it. You know, I think that the video is fine on its own if you have a brain, definitely. I have rewatched my own video and looked at it and noticed that, you know, everything I said rings true. I am not like trying to, you know, be malicious in any kind of way. I just talk about, you know, what I think made Back 4 Blood disappointing from my perspective. But many people didn't really understand that. They thought that I was calling Back 4 Blood a terrible game, which I wasn't. I was just saying that from my perspective, you know, a Left 4 Dead 2 fan, I found the game very disappointing, and here's what I would change. But man, so many people took it as me saying that Back 4 Blood was a terrible game and that they're a terrible person for playing it. No, and put on top of that, that somebody claimed that I was being biased. Because I was! I'm a Left 4 Dead 2. I even say in the video that I'm a Left 4 Dead 2 fan and that I am biased. That is my bias. I don't have to say, and I'm biased, because you have to infer that. It's called context fucking clues. Holy shit. So if there's anything that I've learned from this video, is that I have to make myself crystal fucking clear whenever criticizing anything. And no, I'm not gonna apologize for the video. Sorry for treating my audience like it has a brain. That is the only thing that I'm going to apologize about. You know, I think it's actually a pretty good video, but the reason why I consider it bad and the reason why I regret uploading it is because of all the bullshit that I had to deal with that one video, dude. Just look at the comment section, man. Like, I try to continue the discussion, but every fucking day there's a new comment talking about how I'm either biased or how I'm calling Back 4 Blood bad. Look at the transcript. Control F. The only time I use like kind of like that negative tone is with worse, and it's for something that is specific in the game of Back 4 Blood. I'm not calling Back 4 Blood a bad game. God fucking damn it. Maybe I should now, honestly, at this point. Alright, so for my 4th best video, it has to be the most recent video that I uploaded that I'm actually pretty proud about. Because it was something that, you know, I like to do every once in a while, which is take, you know, a different perspective from everything else, from the status quo. Talk about something that is different, or at least come up with a unique idea that can, you know, I can express. And you know, Screw the Community is also just a catchy title, you know, something to catch the eyes of most gamers, because the common sentiment is just, you know, a company should listen to the community. Alright, obviously my argument isn't just, nah, fuck the community and all that stuff. I do talk about a lot more in the video, and which, you know, I'm kind of proud of. But what I wasn't expecting was, you know, the good performance of the video, and also, you know, the positive comments, because there is something in that argument where I am pretty, like, you know, sure about. And that's the fact that when there's a competent team, and that confidence shows through to the community, most of the time people are going to be fine with new experiments. But when you have, like, you know, devlogs that just kind of make you seem like some sort of, you know, trembling fool who's just trying to please everybody, then yeah, you know, then people start taking advantage of that. And then you just keep hearing those same arguments over and over again, you know? And it's not like that hasn't worked before. I mean, back in the day, there was literally no communication to the community usually during development of any game. you know, back in the 2000s and early 2010s, and we had some of the greatest games of all time come out, you know, and that's the thing. We need that talent to shine through again. I think just listening to the community to iterate on a game is making gaming worse. And I'm glad that this different perspective is actually pretty sound. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed the video, so thank you for that. So for my fourth Blandest video, I have the NVIDIA DLSS 3 video. That was maybe a little too, you know, non-gaming-ish video, because while it did have to do with gaming and computer hardware, I don't think people actually do watch this channel for that. And while I don't regret uploading it, I think I make my point very clear. I do, at the very least, don't hold it fondly at all. If it disappeared tomorrow, I really wouldn't care. So my fourth worst video has to be the issue with Apex Legends Newer Legends, because of just how quickly I just wanted to take it back. I mean, I do sound pretty confident and people do agree with me, at least in comments in part, but the thing that really made that video bad for me was the fact that somebody did come up with a counterpoint that kind of destroyed my entire argument, which was, you know, Mad Maggie, Newer Legends, they really weren't meta or whatever, or they weren't really played. The community didn't enjoy it, you know, their playtime wasn't good, you know, and I think that's because of how badly they're designed. But then somebody comes along and says, well, actually, they're not really badly designed. Pro players fucking love using, you know, Mad Maggie and Seer. Seer and Maggie are being used in tournaments and all that stuff. And, you know, I go look at it and I'm like, oh shit, you're right. So I think what this one teaches me is that maybe I should do a little bit more research. Which, you know, at the same time isn't really the most fitting thing for this channel, because I usually make these videos in less than a day. So at the very least, I should really be making sure that I am confident of what I'm talking about. And that's what this video kind of taught me, because I did remedy this by uploading another video, you know, the Crutch Legends video, and I think that kind of, you know, says a lot more. You know, it's a two-parter video, honestly, and I think you got to watch both parts to understand, you know, that transition of me changing my opinion. This is why I love the comment section, because sometimes somebody comes along and actually, you know, corrects you in a good way and doesn't just insult you. Alright, for my third best video, I do have Why Does TF2 Have the Worst Community? Now this is another one where I give a different perspective of things. You know, I'm not just, you know, flat out calling TF2 a terrible community. That's why I put it in quotes, because that's what people do say. And I wanted to take, well, why do people think about that? You know, why do people believe that? What's the reason for this? You know, and it's something that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people just say, oh no, you're wrong. TF2 has a fantastic community. Just look at me. And this video did create a lot of discussion in the comment section, because then a lot of people started talking. They either agreed with me or disagreed with me, and did give a lot of perspective. My argument was that, you know, TF2 has just so many sub communities that they're gonna, you know, fight and stuff, and unfortunately that's gonna be inevitable, and that's where the toxicity comes from. Unlike other games, TF2 doesn't really have a centralized community. It's just more like little pocket communities all hanging out together on a common game, obviously. And I think that point was, you know, one of my better points. The video still suffers from audio issues, and the fact that I'm not speaking with that much confidence, that's gonna keep it away from, you know, being one of my better videos. I think it does what it sets out to accomplish, and I think I make a pretty good point in 6 minutes. Enough so that people are, you know, arguing with me, mass disliking the video, but at the same time you have comments that actually do, you know, provide more discussion, and I am grateful for that. So for my third most boring video, it has to be the deck versus Switch debate video. I completely forgot that I made this video, and there's a good reason why. It was just kind of like a video that I just made just to, you know, pad out the schedule or whatever. Just to have something uploaded, since I think I haven't been uploading for a while at that point, so I just wanted to upload something. And I remember this debate talking about, you know, the Nintendo Switch and the deck, and the thing is that it's already answered. It's already been answered, and I don't know why I decided to, you know, bring it up again. Maybe I tried to, like, you know, try to spin into my own idea, but in reality, the answer was already, you know, there on the table. The deck and Switch are for different consumers, different people, you know, different audiences, different types of users. Of course, you know, the debate is stupid. It's already been stupid. The debate was over once the Steam Deck got into people's hands. That's it, the end, you know, and there was no reason for me to bring that up. For my third worst video, I do have to look at this soccer game for the Wii had an awesome look. And the reason why I consider it one of my worst videos is A, it was really short, and B, I talked about something that really didn't have that much substance. I kind of just you know, this was when I was experimenting with my, you know, video styles. This is way early on, and I was experimenting whether or not to go long video or short video, or, you know, go variable in between, and just, you know, talk about something and hope that, you know, people watch it, you know. Not really focusing on anything specific, I was just kind of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And what this video showed me was that these really niche topics really don't do that well. People don't care, man. People don't care what I think about these small things. People would rather listen to me talking about something that's a lot more popular, a lot more, you know, noticeable, something more current. And while, like I said, I don't like to do that all the time, I think I found like a nice little balance where I talk about something popular, but, you know, I choose my own topic, and hopefully people listen, and sometimes they do listen, and I'm very grateful for that, but not in this case. I was just talking about how a Wii game, pretty cool UI, and I talked only for 2 minutes. I didn't go into any more in depth. I just said, hey, look at this, it looks pretty nice, look at this other version, it sucks ass, the end. Not really any substance, nothing to really latch onto. It was just kind of a throwaway video from a time that I thought it was a genuinely good video because it got more views than my other video, which at the time was that, you know, why are games so sweaty video before it blew up. Isn't that funny? Now, the number 2 video that I am proud of just making was the Apex Legends Arena rant, because somebody asked, you know, for that video, and I was gonna make it into a standard video, just, you know, talk about it for 6 minutes, talk about what I hated about Apex Legends, you know, the arena mode, and why I thought it was a failed game mode. But the thing is that there was so much that I wanted to talk about because of how much I played Apex Legends Arenas that I decided, fuck it, I'll make it a little bit higher quality to, you know, justify the long runtime. I don't just want to run my mouth, I want to give it a little bit of flair. And that's what I did. So this video was supposed to mirror like my older videos where I, you know, kind of made, you know, scripted content. And that's what I tried to do. Unfortunately, the scripted content didn't really pan out for me because nobody watched them. My content wasn't really that good. So I decided to steer away from that. And that was the transition where I just kind of started doing commentary with no script. I am not reading through a script right now or with any of my videos. I'm just talking straight out of my head. And so I thought, you know what would be cool if I did that same thing, but with this video. And that's what I did. I didn't make a script for that video. I just had a structure that I wanted to go with, and I just talked. And I think that at that point, I was already like kind of well versed in just talking out of my brain and making coherent points and making good transitions that I think the video turned out pretty well. And I think people agree. I did a nice little premiere with it. People watched it, people loved it. And I think it is one of my most successful videos in terms of quality. And I would love to make a lot more of those kinds of videos, you know? It's fun, it's nice. Especially when it has to do with Apex Legends Arena, because I had so much to talk about, dude. RIP arenas. Now, for my second most blandest video, it has to be the dumbest debate of the 2000s. This is me digging up an old argument that doesn't matter anymore, man. It doesn't fucking matter, and I regret kind of making it. This would be the worst if I hadn't forgotten about it, because it is so inconsequential, it just doesn't matter. So, and it was a video of the Halo versus Call of Duty debate from like 10 years ago. Don't ask me why I decided to bring it up. I don't either. I think I just needed a video idea. And I think that's a common theme with a lot of these bland videos, where it's just me wanting to make a video because I haven't done one, rather than because I wanted to. And this was one of those. I'm just digging up old bones for content, just to jiggle them around in front of your face. And yeah, that's why it's boring as shit. So my second worst video, and one that kind of goes with that theme of digging up old shit, has to be I don't agree with Zeus's comments on complainers. It is a video that I just regret making because of just how stupid it was in terms of like how I created it. You know, a lot of people pointed out that the Twitter picture that I got of Zeus's comments on complainers was from about a year ago. And while, you know, I try to make my videos at the very least somewhat timeless whenever talking about, you know, game design or whatever, I realized that, you know, digging up old shit that people say, especially on Twitter where people are just rage baiting, it isn't the best way to approach video content. And hell, I didn't like that either. I should have made the video more just in general, talking about the general argument rather than, you know, pointing at, you know, Zeus specifically or a tweet. Maybe pulling out some sentiments from other sources or some shit. But you know, I do regret uploading it, and I would have restructured it somewhere different, and so that's where this video stands. So finally, for my best video, I think, you know, my most proudest video has to be the Apex Legends Mobile is a ticking time bomb video, because I fucking called it, dude. When Apex Legends Mobile came out, then came out a bunch of videos talking about how like it has so much content and how Apex Legends on PC or on console, PC and console, is dying because it just doesn't get enough content. You know, Apex Legends Mobile gets Team Deathmatch, gets multiple other game modes, it gets brand new legends like in a more consistent release schedule. You get a lot more content, you get a lot more drops, you get a lot more loot, yada yada yada. And I think that's why I'm so proud of it, because it was something that was not only high quality, it was also an attempt at high quality video, but I also think that the argument itself is very good in the video, and because of that, I'm just very proud. Now here's the funny thing, all right? Here's one thing that I wanted to bring up, you know, retrospectively, is that I think the reason why all the, you know, Apex Legends argument kind of died down a while after Apex Legends Mobile came out, and why people kind of forgot about Apex Legends Mobile for a while, at least, you know, the argument between, you know, content drops between Apex Legends and Apex Legends Mobile, is because of Overwatch 2. People started playing Overwatch 2 for a bit and kind of forgot about the argument, and because of that, you know, I think it's a little bit funny that, you know, main Apex Legends was saved by Overwatch's release. So I just consider that funny. I don't know if you might agree or disagree with that, but tell me what you think, you know, down in the comment section below. So for my most blandest video, and one, again, it should be on the worst list, but I think it more deserves to be on the blandest list, is because I also forgot about this video, is the video that I made called "A Weapon More Broken Than the Brecci." Now, if you don't know what that video is about, just based on the title itself, that's because it's about a gun in a Call of Duty game, specifically Black Ops 3. I loved playing Black Ops 3, and the Brecci was always seen as, you know, the broken gun. On PC, however, there was a sniper rifle that could charge up and hit you with, you know, one of the 3 bullets that it shoots out, and it would insta-kill you. I think what made this video just so fucking boring is the fact that it's a topic that is so niche. So niche that nobody cared. Nobody cares, you know, nobody who watches my channel regularly cares about that fucking video, and I understand why. It's about a weapon, it's about an argument about a weapon from a game in 2015 that nobody plays anymore. Again, that's the common theme, me digging up old stuff and talking about it, even if I'm passionate about it. This was something that I'm passionate, this is something that I wanted out there, but of course, I was late to the party, so nobody cared. And finally, my worst video that I completely regret making, alright? This isn't so much about the video quality or the argument inside the video itself, it's just about me regretting uploading the video, was the saving grace of Modern Warfare 2. So in that video, I talk about all the promises that Infinity Ward made about Modern Warfare 2, about how it's gonna be, you know, a better game, it's gonna deliver a campaign experience that is different from everything else because of how, like, AI interacts with the player. So that was all just a set of fucking lies, alright? So, sweet little lies that, you know, Infinity Ward gave before the game came out, you know, hyping it up, and honestly, false advertising. Nobody fucking noticed anything, you know? I watched a lot of gameplay videos of Modern Warfare 2, and nobody fucking noticed the AI. If anything, they were more stupid than ever. And this was, you know, one of those times when I just tried to be positive. I was hoping that maybe Modern Warfare 2 would prove me wrong, that it wasn't just, you know, 2019 reskinned and worse. But it was. And it was just a fucking boring game, and I regret making that video because I gave Infinity Ward the benefit of the doubt. I shouldn't have done that. I should have listened. Yeah, watch out for those sweet little lies. Anyways, that makes up my top 5 blandest, best, worst videos. Hopefully next year I make a lot more content, especially better content, more consistent content. You know, I wish you guys a very, very, very happy New Year's, and, you know, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video interesting, like it if you like it, dislike it if you disliked it. If you'd like to see more content just like this in the future, make sure to subscribe. And if you'd like to support this channel, please visit the Patreon down in the comment section below. I'll probably also enable YouTube memberships if you prefer that instead. Thank you so much to my fellow Patreons, and I will talk to you guys later. Happy New Year's.